Guess where we're sitting? Guess who I'm sitting with? Welcome to Power for She. As Jesse has introduced, it's a collaboration between I and Capital FM, and we're going to be celebrating different women in different fields, and we're going to have a lot of fun. As you know, mundagusingiza ariko noneho uyu munsi singisingiza umukobwa gusa twicaranye ndanasingiza aho turi. We're sitting in Serena Hotel, and let me tell you something, it looks gorgeous.
It is amazing.
The colors,
very nice.
That Ewan,
very poised.
I actually missed it. I didn't remember the last time I've been here. I don't think I remember. And let me tell you, treat yourself. Treat yourself to Serena. Yegusingiza umukobwa twicaranye yitwa Liz. Liz narakubonye, and I'm telling the truth. Liz narakubonye on Instagram, and I laughed for hours. I scrolled and scrolled and scrolled. She has removed everything I'm about to say.
Yes, that was COVID. That was not me.
You know. But let me tell you, I DM'd you right away. I don't know if you remember.
I do actually
remember. Now when you rapture, and I was like, I couldn't breathe. I was like, I need to talk to her now.
Yeah.
Liz is someone who has fun, who makes business fun, who makes traveling fun. You explain things really complex in such an easy way. You're not afraid to use your voice. Winjira mu bintu nka healthcare, twaya turaza ko ati mana ari ahantu wageze yute? You go to Majorwa, ugasohoka tukumirwa. You have dealt with legal systems. Nozo ndazibona ngatanjya mu buriri nkaryama. I'm like, I'm not touching that.
Not willingly.
You have lived.
Not willingly, must I say.
Now tuzagera in our 50s, and I'll be like, nago mwe mwabaye muze mbabwire. Muze mbabwire.
Love that.
Because you touch on everything.
Thank you.
And I am so grateful that I get to celebrate you for this month of March. Tubwire rero. Aho hose wahageze ute? How did you end up in healthcare?
Okay, where does even someone start when it comes to healthcare? So initially, I actually studied sciences, Muli High School.
Yes.
So this is what I did.
Yes.
I was sure I wanted to be a pharmacist. Like I left. I left. I went to LDK. Shout out to LDK. And so I left, and I was ready to do sciences. I wanted to do pharmacy, to be specific. So I went, applied to USIU in Kenya. So I got in, and they gave me pharmacy.
Yes.
I did not do pharmacy even for a week.
Why?
During orientation, they told us that, they brought someone who had done pharmacy and said, I sit in the pharmacy and I talk to people. I'm like, you sit in the pharmacy all day? All day? Yeah, I cannot do that.
No.
And we were asking, what else do you do with this? They're like, well, Tujamuri labs, and we do this and that. But it didn't feel like something I wanted to do. But for sure, I knew that I wanted to do business for sure.
Yes.
I can sell anything, anywhere.
Yes.
And so I knew I wanted to do business. And I knew that one of the businesses I would eventually get into was a healthcare business. So I started.
Yes.
In 2023, I started a healthcare business called Igafri, where we were teaching healthcare professionals. Okay. So we would get in doctors, who already have this background in health and who have something to teach.
Yes.
And then would have them record these videos, and then other healthcare professionals would take them for continuous professional development trainings, which, must I add, they have to take. So it's a must.
Must. Not to be...
So that's how I started. And eventually...
So you're bringing students with teachers?
Yes.
And you're bringing them together?
I wouldn't say students, because they're already practicing. Okay. So the medical space keeps evolving.
Yes.
Literally every second, harimo harasoka new information, new ways of treating, new ways of doing ABCD, right? So they have to show that they're keeping on, upgrading themselves. So we needed to get people who have done specializations to now teach you in depth about different things, and also the context in which we practice. General medicine. But the context in which you practice and the context in which an American practices are two different. So someone who is already in the field longer than you can teach you tips and tricks of how to do certain things as you keep growing your medical career. So that's what I started doing. Eventually I pivoted.
Of course.
Still in healthcare.
Yes.
So currently what we do is we help hospitals to manage their documentation. So policies, procedures, SOPs, that's
so
what I
you were
currently
there,
do.
You were doing the teaching and you saw another problem and you were like, I can actually help with that one.
And an opportunity that made sense. I don't know if you've heard of Chimamanda's story.
Which
Chimamanda,
one?
the novelist.
I know a lot of stories of hers. I need to know the Beyonce one.
No,
the one.
Recently she lost her child. Not so long ago.
I saw that. Yes.
And it was due to the fact that people weren't following protocol, procedures, and all of these things. And that is something that can happen to you and to me. So it's something that has given me like a go ahead to already what I was thinking of doing. And so we've gotten to hospitals, we've been talking to them, and we found out that it's actually a problem. All of these procedures, hard copy and all of this.
Normally they used to give us papers and then they go to the documents, they cannot find the number that they've given you, and then you're like, so what do we do now?
Yeah. So we're digitalizing that system. So that's what I'm doing now. Yeah.
In healthcare. Second, which other thing are you working?
Yo,
Liz will do the list. I'm sorry. I will be bringing women who do a lot of things.
Yes, I do real estate. I run a couple of Airbnbs.
Yes.
I also do property management with the Airbnbs. So it's only properties that someone wants to rent out.
Yes.
And then I also have a brand, skincare brand, for shea butter, which is called Sanura. Yes.
Which
so
we both have one right now. Yes.
So far that's what I currently am doing. Yes.
Let's stop there. Other ones you will know
you can reach out to
at some point. Please DM as I did. Why do you do so much? Because I'm always asked that question. I want to hear if you guys have a better answer than me.
It's probably going to be the same answer. I feel like society has said you must do one thing.
Come.
And all of this. And Ariko, we all have different interests. I am a lover of real estate.
Yes.
I want to do that. Ariko, I don't want to sit there all day. You get? And there's an opportunity. There's now apps. There's all of these things. There's ways to manage these things without you being practically there.
Yes.
I don't want to be average. I am sorry.
We are educated. Why are we doing average stuff? Yes.
Unless the job is going to pay you millions of money, you won't be able to get to your financial freedom faster.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So I'm not willing to take the risk and wait that long. If I can do 4 businesses now and I retire at 40, please. By all means.
Yes, as Jill Scott said, at 40 we want to work when we want to. It's not we have to work. Can we work when we want to?
Yeah, that's mainly why I do a lot of things. And it can be overwhelming because people don't know where to trace you from. Today you're talking about healthcare.
Yes.
Tomorrow you're talking about skincare. The other day
I need
real estate. So they're like, okay, what do you do exactly?
Yes.
So I'm a jack of all trades.
I think we need to come up with a name for us, for this generation. I've been talking to AI about it and it's like cultural architect. And I'm like, huh?
So what now?
Cultural architect. And then it wakes up. No, you are a fixer. And then next time, you're a consultant. And I'm like, okay, we need to figure out a name.
So I don't know how I feel about labeling though.
So we keep telling people, just figure it out.
If it works for you, it does.
Works.
If it doesn't, it doesn't.
How do you feel about March and celebrating women?
I think it's very important that we have a time where we just celebrate women.
Yes.
For the longest, I had a problem with that. Even down to like the industry and everything.
Yes.
I didn't like these women grants.
Yes.
Women loans. Yes. I'm like, just say all of you give a new loan.
Because no one says men grant, men this.
And for the longest, I was like, oh, why do they do that? Da, da, da. But that's because a lot of people will tell you, oh, you got this grant because you're a woman. You got this, and so it creates
because it did happen for a while. Yes.
So it creates some level of imposter syndrome of like, did I get it because I actually deserve it, or is someone giving me this thing? Yeah. So I really didn't like that for the longest. But then I quickly noticed that there's some important parts that we forget. A good example is Karimenya Queen.
Yes.
From someone who does pageant, and then she's encouraging. That gives, even to me, I was like, oh, that was an option.
Do this.
We can drive. Wow.
I didn't,
you know?
Yes.
Because for the longest, women are like, oh, women, even when you pass someone who drove badly, no, mugore. And you know, something like that.
Yes.
So I feel like representation actually matters.
Yes.
So these women loans, women this, gives me an opportunity to prove a concept in my field, in the healthcare field, and somebody else will look at me and be like, oh,
it allows representation and access to people who we've never, because we're doing things we've never seen our mothers doing.
Exactly.
Me, I look at it every time and I'm like,
yeah,
are we crazy? But then I see you and I'm like, we're good.
Yeah. No, it's like society has actually made us feel that way.
Yes.
You know, but you will give a woman an opportunity and they'll be like, yeah, well, maybe try give it to somebody else. Because the more we put representation at the front line,
we will get to a space where it doesn't have to be women grant, but then now it's really
because now it's equity. Even because even like in the startup space, we have the least representation of people giving us investment as women, right? In comparison to men. I think it was at 15% the last time I checked. It's so bad, right? But we still are running businesses. We're still
self-funding, starting from zero budget.
Yeah. So it's very important that we have certain periods that celebrate us and allow other women, actually not even other people, but other women to see that,
specifically, please.
Other people can't do this. People are doing this with the limited resources, with all these things, they are doing this stuff. So it's kind of cool.
Is there a woman you would love to highlight before we are finishing? Is there a woman you would love to highlight for this March?
For this March?
Nindu shaka go celebrating for you.
I think Karimina Queen.
Karimina?
Yeah, Queen. Karimina.
Karimina. Karimina Queen, wherever you are, we celebrate you.
We do.
We will write specifically in the captions why we're celebrating you.
Yeah.
And I hope you enjoy this session that is happening at Serena Hotel. Come have a drink. Come take your girls out. We need to come up with a name because it's not Galentine. So we have to come up with a name for March. Womantines. Marchantine. We will come up with a thing where we treat ourselves and we celebrate each other for this month of March. Yeah. Thank you so much, Liz, for coming. Thank you for doing so much.
Thank you for having me, actually. Thank you for
please buy yourself some Sanura.
Yes, please.
Please.
Sanura Kigali,
amazing.
That's the page.
Any smell, any flavor you want, she got
I'm your plug.
Well.